Okay, we've got this hyperbola and this exponential equation, and we're going to do the next three questions in it. Let's just take a look at what the next question is. It says, determine the coordinates of C, the y-intercept of G. Well, there's G, and there's C. G is this green thing, the y-intercept. Well, to find a y-intercept, we have to put 0 in for x. Well, let's just look at this solution here. We just write the equation. G was g of x equals 2 over x plus 1 plus 2. If you want to find the y-intercept, you let x equal 0. Well, 2 divided by 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. So the coordinates of the y-intercept is x is 0 and y is 4. Okay, let's look at the next question. Determine the equation of the straight line that's going through C and D. Well, let's look at it here. Well, there's D. We know that point. I think it's minus 1 and 2. And there's C. We just figured it out. It's 0 and 4. Well, if you want to figure out a line, that's going right through C and right through D like that, if you want to figure out the equation of that line, you're going to need the gradient. We're going to need this rise over run. So all you do is put the points 0 and 4 and minus 1 and 2, put it in the gradient formula and get the gradient. You've got the y-intercept, which is 4. That means you've got enough to write the equation of the line. So there's the point, 0 and 4. Minus 1 and 2. You subtract the y-coordinates over the x-coordinates subtracted. 0 minus 1 is 0 plus 1. That gives you a gradient of 2. So the line is y equals 2x, and the y-intercept is 4. So you put a 4 right there. mx plus c. Since we have the y-intercept, we've got the equation of the line. Now, let's do the last question. For which values of x is g of x less than or equal to 0? So they're asking the question here, where does this hyperbola dip below the y-axis and go negative? But it looks like x must be less than negative 1 because it can't get to this negative 1 line down here. But we need to figure out what this value is here. We need to figure out the x-intercept of g. Well, let's see what we did here. Okay, so we need to let y equal 0 to find an x-intercept. Well, there it is. We put 0 there and 2, and we put g of x right here. Now, this person looks here like they multiplied everything by x plus 1. 2 over x plus 1 times x plus 1. The x plus 1 cancels. You just get 2. 2 times x plus 1. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 1 is 2. That gives you 4. We subtract 4, we get 2x equals minus 4, and then 2x divided by 2 is x, minus 4 divided by 2 is minus 2. So that value right there, let's go back and look in our graph, that value right there, that x-intercept is minus 2. So where does it go negative? It has to be less than negative 1. But greater than minus 2. It's in between here. If we have negative 2, it just equals 0. But it gets negative when it's greater than negative 2, but less than negative 1. And that's why your solution looks like that. X is less than negative 1, but it's greater than negative 2. See, when it's open like that, that means it's greater than negative 2. When it's closed, it means x is less than negative 1. And that there is your solution. And there you go.